Welcome back, everyone. So good to be with you this morning. I wanted to talk about a topic that makes a lot of people very uncomfortable, but it is necessary, I think, for you to hear this, particularly if you are interested in writing or just sharing your artistic creations with other people, which a lot of people are interested in. I live in a very artsy community in Asheville, North Carolina, and art or writing, as I say in here, it really is all about you. This is something that particularly a lot of writers that I meet seem to be uncomfortable with. I've been hosting a writers group here for about 3 years now, and we get a lot of people every week who come in. Sometimes people come in and some people leave and then more come in. So I've got a chance to meet a lot of different writers working on a lot of different projects. And I'm always amazed that sometimes people will come in and they have maybe always had an interest in writing, but not much direct experience. And after a few months of effort and getting critiques, they end up getting published somewhere, which is a big accomplishment. So I know that a lot of people have writing talent. It's actually quite common. It's like a tier 1 skill, I call it, because it's something that I think pretty much everyone can do. And with a little bit of practice, you can get much better at it. And then when they want to take things to the next level or promote something that they've written, I think they've got a lot of bad information that I've noticed from college professors or even books on writing, by higher profile professional writers. And I think those books have a lot of great information in them, but I think big time writers who, through many years of doing the job and doing it well, do rely a lot on intuition, and they're not good at particularly explaining the mechanics of how it works. So they do kind of fall back on more general, broad advice, like have a private room in your house where you like to write, where you can close the door and write at the same time every day, write 1,000 words a day, show, don't tell, which is all great information, but it doesn't really give an amateur writer some specific actionable steps that they can take to sort of become a writer. How does one become a writer? Some of the things that they're often told is that, your book has to have a great plot. You need to have a great plot because it's got to have a hook. It's got to have, all of these beats in it. You can do Save the Cat and all of that. And not to knock those things in any way. There's a lot of really good information in there, like about structuring, like highly appetizing, well-structured Western narrative type stories. It's all good stuff. The thing is about plots is everyone has one. Like plots are plentiful, and when you have like an overabundance of supply of something, it tends to be less valuable. Plots, I think, are not what really drives people to get excited about something. They also say, well, you've got to have good characters. Of course, the character has to have a dramatic goal. The character has to have motivation. It's got to be a character that you can like and that you root for. And I can't find any piece of advice that is more overabundantly contradicted when you actually look at famous works of art that people admire. One of my favorite books, of course, I mentioned dozens of times, American Psycho. Intentionally, by design, it's 400 pages of a character that you couldn't possibly like, an absolute insane character doing atrocious things. What's interesting about that book is what it is, about the context in which the author wrote it, and so many other things. And also, it has no plot. It's a completely plotless, storyless novel. So what actually seems to work for an amateur writer who wants to break in and promote themselves? Well, all I can say is from what I've seen from studying famous authors and their trajectories, there seems to be a lot in their personal biography. The author themselves has to be interesting. You're not always being judged just by the quality of the story. Perhaps in genre fiction, if you hear that a series of novels is just fascinating and you want to get into it and get engrossed in it, they can definitely sell on that idea. But even in those cases, people like Brandon Sanderson and George R.R. Martin are also interesting people personally when you look at their bios. And when I meet people who are into fantasy novels, they'll say the same thing, that they're interested just as much in the author as they are in the book itself. And the context in which the author wrote something, like I mentioned American Psycho. American Psycho was famous first for the controversy surrounding it before the book even came out. I think you couldn't get better marketing. The book was dropped by its original publisher because somebody saw that the content was very questionable, objectionable. They were afraid to publish it for corporate reasons. So, the author had to find another way of bringing it to market, found another publisher. But that controversy alone made the book famous before it even arrived. So before it could even possibly be judged by what was inside of the book, it was already sold. Curiosity is another huge factor, I think. If somebody told me, well, this is my novel, I started writing it in college, I spent 10 years working on the outline and perfecting my plot, and then I spent another 10 years writing all 500,000 words, and I would love for you to read it. It's a great plot about a Wall Street broker who wants to reconnect with his father. I appreciate all of that effort, but if somebody came in with their own similar novel and said, well, I wrote this while I was in prison, it was about my experiences, my experiences stealing and knifing people and all these atrocious things, one is going to make me more curious than the other one. And not just the content, but the situation, again, the context and the personal biography of the author. All of these things matter. And writers definitely hate it when I tell them this, because for understandable reasons, they want their work to be judged solely on its merits, not themselves. And the thing is, it will be judged on its merits. If you actually are able to get people interested in reading it, of course it'll be judged. There'll be, mean comments on the internet, maybe some good comments. But the thing is, you have to get people interested first. And it doesn't just mean selling yourself or being a phony. It means having an interesting life that people will want to learn more about through your work and more experiences of it. I know that there are plenty of authors who I initially got interested in reading because of who they were, because of their bios, of things I heard about them. And now I will read anything they wrote, even if I don't like it, because I like the author themselves and I want to see where they go and what they do. So that's all I wanted to say today. Writing is actually all about you. So that's okay. You don't have to feel guilty about that. It's actually what you should be thinking. All right, if you want to check out my books, Emacs for Writers, on my website, and Git for Writers, these books are for high efficiency, high productivity, power users who want to use open source technology to improve their writing workflows. So check them out. I'll have a link below where you can find those. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all next time.